Now, as the NPP prepares to elect new executives tomorrow, majority members of parliament are cautioning delegates against voting for candidates who can't work with President Akufo-Addo. Deputy Majority Whip in Parliament Matthew Nyendam is urging delegates to avoid a repeat of what happened in Tamale 4 years ago, out of where the elected executives were eventually forced out before harmony prevailed in the party. He wants delegates to be vigilant. We'll be hearing from him shortly, but first let's cross over to Koforidua, where correspondent Maxwell Kudako joins us live from the Koforidua Polytechnic. Good afternoon to you, Maxwell. What can you report from where you are? Hello, Maxwell. You're on the pulse. What can you report from where you are?
Well, Aisha, I'm still at the Congress ground at the Koforidua Technical University, where tomorrow's event will be held. But a lot more delegates are trooping in. They are checking in into their various hostels and places they will be lodging for the period. I've seen a couple of the aspirants come here and then also leave. So not too long ago, I saw a convoy branded with Mr. Steven in team posters. It is believed that he is in one of the vehicles who just came and then left. There are a couple of them who just passed through quite a while ago. I saw Madame Tijiankwa with her team, and I saw Samuel Ku, I saw John Boadu, and a couple of the aspirants who are in the contest. Basically, a lot. There is a big stand for how do we call it, food and drink. So people who have also come here to do business are also cashing in. There are different pubs and drinking bars around. And then earlier this afternoon, the party did a service with the Muslims at the the central mosque here in Koforidua. But they said that there's going to be what they call the Aquaba Bash this evening at the Koforidua Junction Park to welcome all delegates to the history. So basically, nothing much has been happening. What is happening now? The arrival of delegates and then other dignitaries who are to participate in tomorrow's event.
Told of a huge number of police personnel to provide security for this event. Have you spotted any?
This morning, a number of police personnel have passed through this facility just opposite the Congress ground, just in front of the Get Fund poster here at the KTU. I can see what they call the water can. All right, water cannon. This is a big police car, this anti-routing car is parked here. There are a couple of men in uniforms. There are some on motorbike patrolling here. There are also big pickups parked with police officers going up and down. There are about 4 or 5 different checkpoints before you get to the Congress ground. There's a main checkpoint at the main entrance. After the main entrance, there's another checkpoint, and when you move just about 100 meters, another point. There are lots of checkpoints here just to ensure that the peace and order are kept. It is not everywhere. It's not every part of this campus that you can drive through. There are some places where the police will tell you that this is no-go area. You are not permitted to drive through. So there are pieces or 1 or 2 roadblocks that one or drivers cannot like. So security is very solid. I spoke with the PRO of the Ghana Police Service earlier, and he assured that there are different units under the police service who are working. Over 1,000 men in uniform and others who are not in uniform but have been deployed to both the Congress grounds and the various hotels the candidates, the applicants will be lodging to ensure that the security and safety of all who are participating in the conference are assured. So basically, security is very tight.
Maxwell, what can you say about the general composure of the delegates? I know it hasn't started yet, but what can you say? Are they charged? Are they calm? What can you say?
Everybody you see here is very confident that he or she is going to pass through the process. What is happening is that the couple, some of their supporters are also around, especially there seems to be a very hot, if you like, debate between the supporters of the two main contestants for the National Youth Organizer position, that is Dominic Edia and Nana Boise. Earlier this morning, I met a team who said they are part of Dominic's team, and they allege, among other things, that there is a machinery to, if you like, disenfranchise some people in the Ashanti region who are supposed to originally be in the delegates league. They accuse the one, Jackson Kodia, who I'm told is the head of the National Youth Authority, also hails from the Ashanti region, that he is leading a manipulation or he's leading a cabal to delete names of delegates who would originally go for Dominic, among us. So there has been allegations upon allegations, especially among supporters of these two young guys who are hoping to become the youth organizer of the NPP. So basically, the supporters are charging for they charge for they go and come. And then, I mean, that is it.
Maxwell Kudeko, many thanks for the update. We'll be coming back to you for more. Maxwell Kudeko is our man in Koforidua. But remember to stay with Joy News because we have all the updates to the last minute of the NPP Delegates Conference. Now, let's hear from the party's Acting General Secretary, John Boadu, who tells us what to expect ahead of the Congress.
Everything is in place to ensure that we have such a successful and a conference that will stand the test of time.
One critical observation: we are in a rainy season. If it rains tomorrow, what is the plan B?
We've made arrangements. So most of these trousers that you see are waterproof trousers. That's if it rains, which we are praying not, we will be able to manage and hold the elections under it. We've created a lot of polling stations, about 12 polling stations, so people will not cram at one place. So that arrangement is in place. We are also even looking at possibility of moving to an auditorium. We are also putting that in place if it rains. So we've taken measures to make sure that we have a successful conference.
Issues of security. How far with security?
That one we've put in place both internal and national security. A team that is working. They've been working for about 2 weeks now. What I'll plead with all delegates and observers is that they should adhere to directives and advices by this security agency in order to ensure that we have a successful conference. See, this place, it is the advice of the security that we've cleared all this place. All the inlets are being manned by security people to make sure, because it is not only the party that is organizing this thing. The President of the Republic of Ghana is also going to be present in this election. So maximum security is going to be offered to make sure that this conference becomes a success.
You seem to have a lot of support. You have had declaration from some regions in support of your candidature. People say that you are campaigning too much.
As for elections, there's nothing like small elections. Even if you are going unopposed, you must make sure that you are declared and sworn in. Until you are sworn in, you are not a substantive officer. So it doesn't matter who is contesting me. I'm campaigning and making sure that the good people of this party vote for me as the substantive general secretary. In addition to that, I use this process to also assess the state of the party and party-government relationship in order to ensure that immediately after the elections, we can kickstart our program in order to ensure that we strengthen our party to ensure victory in 2020.
Maybe finally, what is going to be the next strategy for the NPP, especially when it comes to dealing with party people, expectation of party people?
I think that you see, we've the kind of interaction I've had on the ground and the kind of comments that I've received from the ground and the kind of programs, we are going to strengthen our government party relationship. We are going to immediately after that have what we call general orientation for all officers of the party and take them through what government responsibilities are, what party's responsibilities are, and what opportunities exist for party people to take advantage. So we are going to strengthen that relationship.
And in Parliament, majority members are cautioning delegates against voting for candidates who can't work with President Akufo-Addo. Deputy Majority Chief Whip in Parliament, Matthew Nyendam, is urging delegates to avoid a repeat of what happened in Tamale 4 years ago.
Well, we have come far in terms of such elections, and I expect that the good Lord will bring all our delegates safely to Koforidua, and then when it's time for them to be sent back home, to the same God will guide them. To the delegates, I believe that those who are coming might have made up their minds already, and so going in, I don't think that any one of them is going to act like a steering wheel. That is not this few, it shouldn't be like these few hours that somebody is now going to stand there and say, oh, I have changed my mind. They've made up their mind already as to where they're going to vote and all. And then secondly, the contestants too must also know that by now the delegates have made up their mind already. And so they shouldn't try to throw into the air any kind of contestable views and allegations that will make it difficult for them to retract after the election. So I advise them, let us be civil in our dealings, and let's all know that winning and losing election is not the end of the world. So at the end of it all, we can come together as family and present a united front.
What kind of people would you expect will emerge leaders in the end going into 2020, which is the bigger agenda, if I could put it?
For now, I will just say that the best candidate will win. I don't want to just pinpoint on anyone.
About characteristics, that's what I'm interested in.
I want to believe that the delegates who will have the final say will be guided by some principle. They know the strength of each of the candidates that they're going to vote for, and so they'll make the best choice that will advance the cause of the party.